Hey, Doug and Pat here with another episode of the Wealthy Gym Owners. And today we're going to talk about how to install the systems you need even when you're overwhelmed and don't think you have time. So this is probably one of the more common things I think we encounter. Like people know they need something different, but they can't see themselves through the mess that they're in to figure out how am I going to make time to execute a monthly marketing plan? How am I going to make time to actually train a new staff member? I'm already training 35 hours a week and I've already got all this other stuff on my plate. So this seemed like a pretty pertinent topic, Doug. Start us off here.
Yeah, with this, I think it can be easy to skip this step, but I always recommend doing a time audit first before we talk about which systems to install. I think it's a great exercise to kind of one, frankly, brain dump. But pick a week or two. I like 2 weeks, but even if it's just a week, and just document everything you're doing, because a couple things will benefit from that. One is you'll certainly have a list of all the things that you do, and you'll be able to kind of see where you're spending the bulk of your time and what the things are, so that you can slowly, over time, take those off your plate if needed. But the other thing is, just like every other human being on this earth, we're not as busy as we think, and there's often some opportunities to kind of clean things up. And maybe we're spending, an hour on social media when we could be following up with leads, or any of the fine tuning that goes on with time management. I think it's important to look at how you're spending your time, before we look at installing the particular systems. And then, of course, once you do that, then there, of course, becomes the execution of installing the ones that are bigger rocks, right? The silly analogy of fill the cup up with the big rocks first. The rocks, the systems that are the big rocks that actually move the business forward.
I think one of the other things that we found to be pretty effective that I'd recommend to anybody doing this is, yeah, we're going to look at the totality of something, but then we've got to break it down and say, okay, what what can I actually get done this week? And not in this abstract kind of bite-sized way, but actually saying, okay, what am I already committed to this week? Training sessions, other obligations, personal or professional. How much time do I actually have left? How much capacity do I have? And what's a realistic ask? I know that for gym owners who are new to our program, I do a marketing call, and the bulk of the marketing call is really taking a monthly marketing plan and saying, what's this look like on a day by day basis for the upcoming week? What of this can you get done? And to date, we've never installed a full monthly marketing plan in month one. It's always, okay, what's realistic? Because people get really caught up on, well, I know you guys recommend send 3 emails a week, and I've been sending zero. Or, you guys have, all these other things that you need to be doing between the three R's, and I'm not doing any of that. And so they get paralyzed by all the things that eventually they could do, and they don't see a path. And, so we spend a lot of time saying, well, this is where you start. This is the 20% of this that really is going to matter most and have the biggest impact today. Or, hey, you guys recommend following up with somebody really quickly, but I'm the only coach here and I don't have any help. So what do I do? And so a lot of times, you see people get hung up on the fact that they can't do everything. And so they don't know where to start. And frankly, that's why they're there in the first place. So, we're here to say, okay, we'll meet you where you are, and we're going to go step by step. So regardless of if you're doing this solo, if you've got a business coach, whatever else, that should be the standard. It should be, how do I move incrementally from where I am towards where I want to be? Not either I can do this in this optimal way or nothing.
Yep. Yep. And we did a previous episode on kind of the five categories, with the first one of the operating system, with the first one being demand. And that's obviously the largest pain point that we hear coming in is I need to create, I need to market more, I need to create more demand. And the marketing plan, can certainly, for somebody new, can certainly feel overwhelming. And if I was looking for starting points, I always think of like what's the low hanging fruit, and what kind of moves is the biggest lever, right? If I do this, it's going to actually produce almost predictably, to some extent, interest, as opposed to you know getting caught up on Instagram Reels or posting on organic social. That stuff's great, but it's probably not going to get you a client today. Versus, you mentioned the 3 R's. Do I have a process in place where I ask every new client for a referral at point of sale? Do I have, can I hop on Canva and create a little VIP pass to give clients? And, if you're training that much, you obviously have clients, and those people know people. So can I hand out VIP passes to clients or golden tickets to clients and ask them for a referral this month? If you've been in business for any length of time, you have former clients that used to train with you, and maybe life happened and schedule changed or financial change or job change. It's usually not because they didn't like you, it's because their life got in the way. And so can we reconnect with them and try to invite them, back in the door? I think those kind of one-on-one reach outs, the one-on-one referral asks, I think if you stack a couple of those every week, you know, you go to the end of the month, I'd be shocked if that didn't produce a couple clients for you, as opposed to getting overwhelmed with all the shiny object stuff.
Well, and we pair off the shiny object stuff, and then in a lot of cases, one of the things that I try to recommend to gym owners is simply, if you treated this like a new client walked through your door and you put them on your schedule for three sessions a week, that that alone's a start. Just treat this, you're the client, right? Like, do that and then say, I'm going to be really intentional about how I'm spending this time. It can't just say marketing. I have to know what I'm going to do with that marketing. So when we do the day by day version of the monthly marketing plan, it's 20 minutes towards this, 20 towards this, 20 towards that. Or if you're, doing staff training or whatever else, like, it gets an appointment, just like your clients get an appointment. And that works. We see it time and time again because that's what we're already good at, right? The only reason you're overwhelmed is because you probably have a lot of appointments already. So we're good at allocating these containers of time to a specific goal. Now we just need that goal to be something that builds for us in the long term. And sure, maybe in the beginning, it's 3 to 5 hours a week of appointments. And, if you're thinking, well, that's a whole lot already, well, hopefully that means you got enough clients that you can buy a little bit breathing room and get a little bit of help. But if not, then we just need that time audit to clean things up, because almost everybody that I have found in, you know, as long as I've done this, has been able to find that much time to work on their business and move forward. They've just not really ever been able to figure out, how do I break down all these things I feel like I need to do into practical 3 hours of forward movement. So, I think that understanding, and sure, go back and listen or watch the episode on the 5 systems we talk about. Um, break things down, do kind of the very practical examples Doug gave, do the time audit, and you'll be amazed at how much ground that you can cover if you spend less of this time kind of zoomed out on what are my 3 year goals, or what are all the things that I could do, man, the reels and podcasts and everything else. I was talking with a private client this morning, and and he referenced something that Gary Vee said. It was like, it's not do this or that, it's do this and that. I'm like, not right now. Not if you're overwhelmed. It's what what's number one? We're doing things sequentially, and eventually we may be able to do it all, or at least we'll be able to do all the things that matter. But that's not where we start. And you got to start to get to the place you want to go.
Yeah. I always think of the great exercise of like, if you had a list of all your former clients and you set a timer for 30 minutes and you pulled out your phone, how many of those could you send a text to? And in 30 minutes, we're all, I would assume, pretty savvy texters, right? Even myself with my big thumb, I can send a text, right? With some typos, of course, but I mean, you probably can get, I don't know, 15 to 20 at least, if not more, in a 30-minute span. And I'd be shocked if, since these are former clients, if, a handful of them don't reply, and maybe that conversation, one or two of those conversations lead to them coming back in for a trial workout or something like that. So now you spent 30 minutes and to go have, 15 or 20 text messages sent, and you potentially have a client coming back. For most of us, that's a, value of several $1,000s for 30 minutes of time. So I think when we break down a single exercise like that, it's, if you try to do all of it, like you said, it's not going to happen. But if you carve out 30 minutes to send a text to former clients, um, it'd be shocked if there's not an ROI on that.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully, well, first of all, hopefully you're not overwhelmed. But if you're like almost every gym owner I know, you're either in that state or you've been in that state, so you can probably appreciate it. And if you are in it, then this is the way out. And frankly, the old adage of whenever you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you do is stop digging. The time audit really speaks to that. The willingness to let go of all the things you could do really speaks to that. And then the way you start digging is these incremental kind of appointments, 30 to 60 minutes at a time. And even in some instances, we talk about 10-minute sprints, these small appointments that just stack up and compound over time. If you take that, you'll find breathing room, you'll find some results, you'll find some momentum. And with those wins that you get, like the client that Doug alluded to, potentially getting back through just a reactivation reach out, now we're creating some cash flow that, maybe we can buy some things that are scalability, buy, you know, time with an assistant, buy some coaching hours from one of our, a coach to take on more clients, pay for ads so we don't have to do quite as much reliance on grassroots marketing. So there are ways to create leverage by starting small and starting simple. So hopefully this kind of, the overwhelm cure, if you will, and move towards the business that you want was helpful. And if you have any questions about it, anything that we can do to help cure your overwhelm, just reach out. And that's another episode of the Wealthy Gym Owners.